Let's be honest, right out of the gate here, if you're still trying to master BGMI using tips and tricks from, 3 years ago? Yeah, you are actively getting left behind. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to fix exactly that. Look, the game has evolved drastically. We're seeing crazy movement-boosting items, skill-based roles, and really complex thematic drop zones now. So relying purely on raw aim, it just doesn't cut it anymore.
If you want to stop choking in close range, if you want to finally fix that trash decision making, and you literally want to push to Conqueror this season, you absolutely need a modern playbook. You've got to understand how to leverage all these new items, roles, and zones, instead of relying on those outdated tactics.
Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're breaking down the 4 core pillars to master BGMI in 2026. 1. Controls and muscle memory. 2. Close range fluidity. 3. High-tier drop strategy. And 4. Zone rotations in vehicles. Absolutely no fluff here, just pure game sense. Let's jump in. Pillar 1. Controls and muscle memory.
This is the absolute foundation, guys. You simply cannot build a Conqueror-level strategy on shaky mechanics. I mean, if you're still playing in a standard 2-thumb layout, you are heavily capping your potential. You really need to shift to at least a 3 or 4 finger claw setup so you can actually split your actions. Your thumb should be dedicated purely to movement and aiming, while your index fingers take over the shooting, crouching, and scoping. Splitting these actions, it's literally mandatory for high-tier gameplay.
And hey, here is the secret most pros will absolutely not tell you. You need to pick one layout and stick to it for at least 1 month. Seriously, stop changing your sensitivity every single time you lose a match. I see it all the time. Constantly tweaking your settings just completely destroys your consistency. You gotta commit to one setup to build real, subconscious muscle memory. Now, what's really interesting here is a simple, yet utterly game-changing mechanic. Keep your crosshair at head level before you peek. Please do not look at the ground while you are running. Think about it. If your crosshair is already exactly where the enemy's head is going to pop up, you win the fight before they can even react. It's basically free damage.
Pillar 2. Mastering close-range fluidity.
Look, face-to-face combat inside a building is where honestly 90% of players just panic and freeze up. If you just stand there with standard shooting, you make yourself an incredibly easy target. You have to master fluid movement. We're talking about the classic lateral jiggle, but perfectly mixed with deliberate, tactical crouches to literally break the enemy's headshot aim assist. But hey, a strong warning here. Do not just spam the crouch button wildly. Doing that actually slows down your lateral speed and makes you way easier to track. You also need to take massive advantage of the current meta mechanics. Like if you have access to movement boosts or event-specific dashes, like the Heart of Fury, use them dynamically. Break those lines of sight, flash directly behind an enemy, or turn a corner way faster than their camera can physically pan. In close quarters, the player who moves the most unpredictably wins. Period. Pillar 3, high-tier drop strategy. Because, let's be real, having great mechanics means absolutely nothing if you die in the first 2 minutes. If you're dropping blindly right into the absolute center of a major event zone without a structured plan, you're just gambling with your rating points. Follow this survival checklist instead. First, land on a secondary hot drop or the outer rim. Then, immediately use flying mechanics or launch pads to claim the high ground. Rooftops give you complete spatial awareness while other squads are just fighting in the chaos down below. From up there, you can easily spot locations, pick off 3 third-party knocks, and safely clean up all the remaining players. Treat this next point as an absolute rule. Never, ever fight on even, open ground if a vertical option is sitting right next to you. Claiming verticality, that is exactly how you completely dominate the drop phase and dictate the terms of the engagement. Pillar 4, zone rotations and vehicle meta. Let's see how this all builds into our final strategy. This pillar is really what differentiates a casual player from a true lobby dominator. And the urgency comes down to just one number: 60. In high-tier lobbies, early rotation is king. You absolutely must secure a vehicle within the first 60 seconds of landing. Dacias, coupes, or the new all-terrain vehicles, they are non-negotiable assets. Listen, if you are waiting for the blue zone to physically touch your back before you start moving, you are already too late. And remember, vehicles aren't just for getting from point A to point B. When you're rotating into the 4th or 5th zone and there are absolutely no buildings left, your vehicle becomes portable hardcover. You literally drive it into position, step out, and blow up your own car horizontally to create an instant bulletproof wall. It is an absolute game-changing strategy when the terrain offers zero natural protection.
Finally, when you're actually entering that endgame zone, whatever you do, do not rush straight to the center compound. That is a massive death trap. Instead, you want to hold the edges of the zone. Take the time to clear your back so you don't get flanked, and look for clean, low-risk opportunities to squeeze the teams that are stuck fighting outside the line. You want to be the gatekeeper here, not the one desperately trying to get past the gate. At the end of the day, mastering this game isn't about rushing blindly for 20 kills every single match. It's about smart crosshair placement, unpredictable movement, holding the high ground, and just out-rotating your opponents. So I want to leave you with a provocative question to think about. What is your current tier right now, and based on what we've covered in this explainer, what is really holding you back from hitting ace? Think about those 4 pillars, apply them to your very next drop, and watch your gameplay completely transform.